Valley Talk on News Talk 1580 KGAL.
We are on the road right now, and we are broadcasting live from Linn Benton Community College in the outskirts of Albany. And I'm Dave Adams, and we really like getting the show on the road and find out what's happening in the community. What's happening at Linn Benton Community College right now is a career fair. And as you can hear behind me and in front of me, in the activities gym here at LBCC, there's a number of different age groups of folks, and they're here looking to change careers. Maybe they've been displaced because possibly their school district, like one lady I talked to, has downsized, and she's looking for another line of work. We've got a lady right in front of us here that has been doing some testing for third graders, and she says, you know, there's more to life than just testing third graders, and she hasn't, it was her decision to quit. And so she's here looking for a different career path. We're going to be talking to Janine Phillips of Linn Benton Community College. In fact, she is approaching the microphone right now. And I will hand her the microphone. Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Hey, we're live on Valley Talk here on KGAL. So thank you for being with us. Go ahead and just talk into that.
Okay.
So what's your position with Linn Benton Community College?
I'm a career and employment specialist.
Tell me what's going on here at the career fair.
Well, this is an annual event. It's the 35th annual LBCC Career Fair. So we've been doing this for a while. The Career Center is the one that puts this on. And so it's a gathering of employers and job seekers and community members, you know, to learn about resources, but also to connect with employers. What better opportunity to meet employer face-to-face than at a career fair?
I've been amazed at the different types of employers that are here. You have everybody from the Marion County Sheriff's Office to the lottery.
I know. I noticed that this year, too, that the diversity. You know, we've got sales, insurance, manufacturing, you know, construction. We've got business. We've got education, healthcare, social services. I mean, it is really a nice blend. You're right.
As far as requests or inquiries for information at LBCC, have you been getting a lot of it about this year's career fair because of the unemployment situation?
Well, yes. Okay. You know, one of the things that I do want to say, I'm optimistic. Last night, I reserved the last table. Okay, we actually were cutting into the application tables. And so I was optimistic about that. We also had, for the first time, we actually had a lot, most of our employers had signed up by the first deadline. That was clear back in March. That was impressive. The other is I'm posting jobs. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the amount of jobs that are coming in, which is very optimistic to me that maybe we're seeing some improvement in the economy.
Okay, you're having a hard time keeping up with the job vacancies that are available?
Yes, the postings that come in to me.
To LBCC?
Yes, to LBCC Student Employment. Student Employment is a resource that current students as well as alumni, it's forever. So if you ever took a class at LBCC, you are eligible for student employment. It is a referral. It's a opportunity for these folks to learn about job openings.
What kind of job openings are we talking about? Jobs here at LBCC?
No, not with LBCC. These are employers throughout Oregon. I've posted jobs in Spokane, Portland area, Eugene, and a lot of local jobs. And we're talking about, again, this diversity. I'm seeing a lot of different jobs coming across the board.
Give us some examples if you could.
Well, I just posted some for banking. I posted some for water, the environmental, you know, water, wastewater job, insurance, you know, banking institution, administrative, secretarial, manufacturing. So just a wide variety.
You're smiling. Are you optimistic about the future?
Well, this is something that excites me. I love helping people get started in college. I love seeing people make a difference in their lives, and I sure as heck like to see people working.
One of the things that was surprising to me is just off to our left here is there is a environmental careers here. You're training in a 2-year program people to operate wastewater and domestic water treatment plants here at LBCC.
You know, that one is one that I have posted probably in the last 4 months. I have posted 5 jobs in.
Here in the local area? For example,
when we're looking at water, wastewater, it generally, when a person first starts out, they are not going to find a local job. They will find one in Oregon. Just starting out, that's very typical, and they know that going into the program.
And we're going to be talking to some good folks here. In fact, if we want to reach over there and grab one of these final gentlemen that are here on the table, and you, sir, you want to come on over here? Are you with this booth here?
Yes, I am.
I'm Dave Adams. We're live on KGAL's Valley Talk.
Oh, great.
So what's your name?
My name's Craig Prosser.
And you have a job as a wastewater or domestic water
wastewater operator, yes.
Where at?
City of Woodburn. I'm in charge of operations and process control up there.
Did you go to LBCC?
I did as a student 10 years ago, yes.
What initially attracted you to want to get into wastewater treatment?
The program Public Works Environmental Technology is a comfortable, dependable job. Everybody needs to go to the tap and get a fresh glass of water and flush the toilet. And I was looking for a second career, and so I entered the wastewater program here, or the environmental technology, and then found wastewater and went to work, and I've been doing it for the last 10 years as an old guy. So
you said this is your second career?
Second career,
What was your first career?
I was a FedEx courier for 18 years. And then I got hurt and wasn't able to do the job, so I came to the program here to find a second life. So here we are.
Chapter 2 of your life. How's it going so far? How long have you been a wastewater tech?
10 years. I graduated in 2002, and so about 11 years then, I guess. And, you know, the benefits are great. The insurance, everything that goes with being in public works is fantastic. So I really enjoy it.
Are you recommending it to others looking for a job?
I would recommend anybody that was interested in microbiology, chemistry, or math, if that is your aptitude, that would be a great career for you, because it's more than what people actually think.
Okay, let's ask you a question. What do you do sitting in the chair? Do you push the stop and the go button, or do you push the flush button, or what do you do? Do you mix the chemicals? What is your job?
My job?
Yeah.
It's actually, I oversee process control, so through the microbiology of it, you have to grow different environments to clean the water. And so we have a permit, an NPDES permit that we have to meet, and that's by DEQ requires us to meet certain limits before we go into the water. And so I have to actually control the environment to create bugs and clean the water. And so that's my job. It's technical. It's not, it's more analyzing and controlling than it is cleanup, if that makes sense. But I do push the buttons. They give me a hard time about being a button pusher, but you know, a lot of trending, a lot of data, and you put that together, read it, analyze it, and then make decisions to change the process to create a safe water to put out in the environment.
Family wage job, you satisfied with it?
It is satisfying. You know, we're stewards in the environment. I'm trying to leave it. I have kids. I'm trying to leave it for better for my kids and their generation. So,
well, good luck. Thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.
So, and I've talked to the technician or the one of the lead instructors in the environmental careers program, and they said starting salaries are something like $2,500 a month on up, $2,500, $3,200 a month.
Yeah, the wage is very good.
That's not bad.
And what's really nice is for those people who are environmentally conscious. You know, they're wanting to make a difference. And as I said, the jobs are out there. You know, the jobs are out there.
People need to hear that. I know I've talked to a number of people that, you know, to go from job to job, and they're constantly hearing that there's no jobs available. And we're here on the radio this morning telling them that you're posting a lot of jobs and that there's jobs out there. Well, what would you tell people that are giving up and just have gone home, gived up? They opened a can of soda pop or a harder beverage, and they're just about ready to give up. What would you tell them?
You know, it is a tough time, Dave, out there. It is. The problem is that we went down so far that it's going to take a lot of jobs to get us back to where we were. And so what I would suggest to people is, number one, look at what you're marketing. Spend some time with a career and employment specialist or one of our career counselors about what are you marketing? How are you marketing it? Can any improvements be made there? But also, more importantly, is don't forget the things that kept you well and balanced before. Keep walking, keep talking to your friends, keep being involved in your church, keep being involved in the community. You know, that all helps with the frustrations and the disappointments, is maintaining that. It's so essential.
And I would add to that, just don't give up.
Don't give up.
Just
don't give up. All it takes is one job.
The people that are going to find a job are the people that keep going back after back. I know when I was in New Zealand, and they didn't like hiring Americans over there because that was when George Bush was in the White House and we were Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and the reputation or the image of the United States down under wasn't very good, and it was really hard. People finally said, well, we're not going to hire you because you're an American. But not to get, and I had a stack of rejection letters, you know, this about 6 inches deep. But guess what? I found a job in a foreign country where they didn't like Americans because I didn't give up.
Well, you know, and I can't remember the story about Colonel Sanders, but that was somebody that didn't give up. And he got rejected numerous times, didn't he, before he finally did get accepted and finally became the Kentucky Fried Chicken King. So you're right, it is. And the other thing I would say is be creative in your job search. The job that you may be trained for and was anticipating may not be the one that's presented to you. Okay, but think creatively and problem solve creatively. There are many transferable skills that you have, and so it's possible you could create something even better than you realized before.
Is there a problem with some people not wanting to accept a lower salary than they had maybe a couple of years ago? They say, well, I worked for $40,000 a year, and that's what the salary I want.
Right.
There was a gentleman, I'm not going to mention the store, but it was a big box retail store here in the Albany area, just recently opened. You probably know which one I'm talking about. There was a guy there that was, I believe, a contractor, and he was making, at the height of his career, he was making $85,000 a year, and he was working for minimum wage. Sometimes you have to do that.
You know, you're absolutely right, and that we are seeing, and I am seeing that in the jobs I'm posting. I'm seeing it, well, we're certainly seeing that even in education. You know, at many levels, there is a reduction in wage. It's not keeping up, you know, with the cost of living, and we are seeing that. There's no question. It is an employer's market right now because there's so many job seekers out there. So people are going to have to be more willing to accept less money to start. And again, as I said, maybe not the position they exactly wanted, but getting your foot in the door.
That's important. How long is the career fair going to be here today?
It will be here from 10 to 2.
So we're going to be here until 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Yes.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. We've got actually 5 workshops going throughout the day on how to tap into the hidden job market, how to create professionalism so once you get that job, you know, you stay there, you grow with the company because of your professionalism, targeted resumes, interviewing tips, those kinds of things. And those are, again, free workshops.
All righty. Thank you very much. and we are talking to Janine Phillips of Linn Benton Community College.
That's right.
Thank you for what you do here, and hope folks finding a job.
All right. Thank you very much.
We're here at the 2013 Career Fair at Linn Benton Community College, and we're going to take a break here on Valley Talk, and we'll be right back.
Around here, we take refreshment pretty seriously. How else do you explain the coffee cart in front of the coffee shop next to the other coffee shop? And we all know those mental reboots can cost. But at McDonald's, whether you want a soft drink or a coffee, you can refresh for just $1.
At McDonald's, you can get any size ice-cold soft drink or any size rich premium roast coffee for just $1 every day. It's more value to love.
Perk up for $1? Now that's what I call refreshing.
A la carte only. Price and participation may vary.
Up here, we love fresh air, fresh water, and fresh veggies. That's why McDonald's new Premium McWraps are perfect. They're filled with fresh spring mix, tomatoes, even cucumbers. Oh, and delicious chicken. So much fresh stuff you can barely get your hand around it.
Your local Northwest McDonald's is getting fresh with you. Try the new Premium McWrap for just $2 right now through April 15th. Get it with grilled or crispy chicken in 3 flavors. It's more freshness to love.
Fresh air and a fresh McWrap? I think I'll take it to go.
Limited time offer. Price and participation may vary.
A group of strangers, one of whom is a murderer, are stranded in a boarding house during a snowstorm. In their midst comes a policeman traveling on skis. To solve the crime, the policeman probes the background of everyone present and uncovers a lot of secrets. Albany Civic Theater presents the Agatha Christie classic mystery Mousetrap, playing April 12th through the 27th. Get your tickets now at Sid Stevens Jewelers in downtown Albany or Wine Styles in Corvallis. The Mousetrap, coming soon to the Albany Civic Theater.
But there's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the light.
You hear him every Sunday on the unforgettable 920 KSHO. Now see him live in Eugene Thursday, April 25th. The captain of Cool, John Pizzarelli. Get your tickets now for John Pizzarelli, coming Thursday night, April 25th at 7:30 in the Jaquet Concert Hall of the Shedd Institute for the Arts.
It's about you that I am, oh, darling.
From K-Show's Radio Deluxe, band leader, radio personality, solo performer, and winner of the Ella Fitzgerald Award, John Pizzarelli, is contagious. From late-night ballads to classic standards to reimagine rock classics, even goofy fun in a sophisticated way, you'll love John Pizzarelli. Get your tickets now at the John G. Shedd Institute for the Arts or online at theshed.org.
Meet the Johnson family. While they enjoyed their vacation last summer, their lawn was getting greener by the minute. They played while the Weed Man made their yard beautiful. Now's the time to schedule your vacation, and don't forget about your lawn. It's moss and insect control time. The Weed Man, always safe for your pets and kids. Call 917-3394. 917-3394.
Call the Weed Man by April 15th and schedule a free liming application worth up to $100. Call 917-3394.
Less hype, just quality news, sports, and smart talk. From your friends at 1580 KGAL.
We are back once again, Linn Benton Community College Career Fair, 2013 Career Fair, and glad you're with us today. It's one of the things we want to do with Valley Talk is get it on the road, go out in the community and talk to folks about what is going on. And with me also is my partner in crime, Brian Holman. Brian, we're on the air.
Hi, Dave. Thank you very much. We are here at the LBCC Career Fair. I'm having a lot of fun talking to folks coming up to our booth here. There's a good turnout. If you haven't come out here yet, there's plenty of parking out front of the LBCC Activity Center, the gym actually, and it's full of booths with careers available.
Great. Let's see if we can talk to this young lady here. If we can interrupt her conversation. You want to step on over here?
There.
Hi.
Hi, who do we have here today?
Hi, my name's Alyssa Mead. I'm with Fiserv. Fiserv is core processing and online banking, core processing and information systems, seconded only to Intuit. And we're here today. I'm from the website design and hosting division.
Yes.
And I'm looking for somebody who can do website design and development, or someone who can do sales and project management as well.
Are you seeing some good people coming up to your booth, asking you good questions so far?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of great questions, but so far still looking for that perfect candidate.
There's a perfect candidate out there. And if he's not here at the fair yet, you better get out here because there's folks looking for you.
What kind of skill set are you looking for in your candidates?
The most important and difficult to find is someone who can not only design a website using Photoshop, but also someone who can pull it apart and build it from scratch, from the ground up. We integrate a content management system so that the bank can take care of their website on their own. And it's a great set of skills to have, but it's really difficult to find because most people only do design or only do development, where we're looking for the perfect person who can pair them together.
When you find the perfect person, what kind of salary range are they looking at?
I believe that is proprietary information.
Oh, okay. But it's family wage.
It is. It's a great job to have. If you happen to have the skills that I just talked about, please come down. We're looking for someone who can do Photoshop, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and maybe a little bit of ASP.
Thank you very much. From Fiserv. Yep. And you are inside the building here on the, I would say this is the western side of the gym. Come see Fiserv.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's see if we can grab someone else here. What we're interested in, let's grab these two guys here. Grab the microphone here. This is live radio, and I like to get out and find out what's happening. And we had 2 or 3 guys. In fact, we had a gentleman from the Marion County Sheriff's Office here, and he had to run back to his booth. They have another reason why they're over here today. Can't tell you why, but we want to talk to them about careers in law enforcement. And one of the things that they mentioned to us, which was very surprising, is in the law enforcement, especially in the Marion County Sheriff's Office, they're dealing with the baby boomers, and the baby boomers are retiring, and so they have a lot of positions that are going to become available, and so they're here talking to young people that want to develop a career in law enforcement because they're going to start running out of people because the baby boomers starting to retire. We have another lady here, Alicia Myers.
Yes, Dave. Brian here again with Alicia Myers from Shangri-La. And Alicia, what does Shangri-La do here in our area?
We're a nonprofit organization. Here, we're based out of Salem. We serve people with disabilities. Here locally, we have our mental health homes. There's 4 of them. And we serve people who are transitioning out of the state hospital. And they move into our homes, they gain some skills, and then they transition out. So.
I see. So here at the career fair, what are you particularly looking for in prospects?
We're looking for people who are looking for internships, volunteer opportunities, and paid positions. We're looking for people who really care and have a passion for helping people. We are looking for people with at least a year of experience in the mental health field. So,
do they have to have a certain degree or a level of education to come talk to you?
They have to have at least a GED or a high school diploma.
Okay, so
one of the things I like to do here on Valley Talk is, have you ever seen the show called Mythbusters?
Yes.
On Discovery Channel, where they bust a myth? Well, one of the myths, or one of the concerns, shall we call it fears, for people thinking about a career in mental health is they think they're going to wind up working in a place like One Fly Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No.
One of the concerns that people might have as they're considering a career in mental health is they might think that they're going to end up working in a place like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, that it's that kind of image of mental health.
Okay.
And what would you say to allay those fears?
I would say that people with mental health issues are just like you or I. It's not like the movie One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest or anything like that. There's also been another myth that they're violent, and that's not the case either. They just want an opportunity to live just as you or I would. And they just need to gain a little bit of some extra skills. And that's what we do. And so it's not like that at all.
If a person really likes to help other people, but they don't have job experience in the mental health field, but they would kind of like to try it out, how do they go about doing that? Any ideas?
One way they could is they could visit our website is shangrilacorp.org. and sign up for a volunteer opportunity or an internship with us, and we could have them working with people and get that experience that way.
How do you spell Shangri-La? What's your website specifically? Spell out your website for people.
It is shangrilacorp.org, and that's SHANGRILACORP.org.
No dashes in between, Shangri-La. All one word.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us here on Valley Talk today.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Good luck.
Alicia.
I'm here with Brian Holman, Dave Adams. This is Valley Talk, and do we have somebody from the lottery that wants to come over and visit with us?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and grab them. And there are 74 booths here, and everything from the Marion County Sheriff's Office just to the left of the KGAL K-Show booth, we have a number of gentlemen that have careers in water treatment and wastewater treatment, and they're here to give their advice on why they selected the career and why it's been a good career fit for them. And we also have another gentleman here that's interested in a broadcast career, and we will be talking to him hopefully here in just a few minutes here on KGAL and K-Show Radio. And we some days it's either feast or famine, and what that means is you have 3 people waiting to talk on the radio, and then they all walk away when you have an opportunity to talk. And so we're going to grab this gentleman right here. Hey, we're live on KGAL K-Show. What was your name again?
Dale Hummel.
Dale Hummel. You work for the
I'm a staff writer for the Commuter, the LBCC student newspaper.
And you're interested in a broadcasting career?
That's my chosen career, is broadcasting.
You ever been on the radio before?
Yes, I have. I was up in Anchorage for classic rock station up there, and I helped out with a classic station in Salem.
So you've had experience in the broadcast and the print industry.
And in producing board operations, stuff like that, being a DJ, you know.
How do you compare the two? Which one do you like best?
They both have their perks. The board operation, you get the satisfaction of knowing that you're making it happen. The station is there, but without you, the station just doesn't work. And if you're the DJ, you're the person everybody's hearing and enjoying, whether you want to or not. So
one of the things I like about broadcast news is when it's happening, you're there live, like we are here at LBCC. And with the print, historically has been, you have to read about it the next day. When with the broadcast news, you're there reporting it while it happens.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about radio is that, again, with the newspaper, you have to wait however often the newspaper comes out, you have to wait till it does come out. With the radio, immediately, there it is. There's no waiting. And if something big happens, it's like with the internet, if something huge happens, the internet goes down, radio doesn't. It's still broadcasting.
There you go. Well, we've got 2 other people waiting to talk to us. Thank you for talking to us today. And
thank you.
You're also wanting to put a college station on the air here at LBCC?
Yeah, I started the LBCC FM Radio Club, and I'm still trying to get some things together to actually for a broadcast station on campus. We're still working on that. Me and the advisor, Bill Thomas, we're still trying to get that together.
Well, keep in touch with us. We'd love to be a part of that too. So, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Brian Holman, we have somebody from the Oregon Lottery. Barb.
Thanks again, Dave. Well, we have Barb Ribicki from the Oregon Lottery. How about that? They are having some fun over at their booth like we are here. Barb, Dave's got some questions for you.
Does it do good things?
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Does it do good things?
It does.
Okay.
Good things. Yes.
One of the things that was interesting to me about the Oregon Lottery was the different types of jobs you have available. You're not just employing people to go out there and sell lottery tickets. What kinds of jobs do you have at Oregon Lottery?
Well, at the Oregon Lottery, we are kind of like a small, company. We have a full warehouse department. We have distribution specialists that work in there. We have a mail room. We have a IT department that's probably 100 people. We have HR, human resources. We have about 12 employees there. We have accounting, finance. We have a marketing group. We have player services where players actually come in, sell them, collect their winnings. And they do a lot of mail-in that they deal with too. So
I kind of like that job, handing out money to the winners. That sounds like a fun job.
Yeah, it is a fun job, definitely. I like to see winners come in.
What are you looking for in a good employee?
A good employee that's dependable, energetic, loves to come to work. And, you know, really what makes the Oregon Lottery is the people. Yes.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Barb, your office is up in Salem, just off Center Street, I believe, or the highway, State Street. I went by it this past week and saw the office, and it's very nice. Are your openings that you're talking about today based right there at the headquarters?
Yes, they're all in Salem, the ones that we're recruiting for now. But we do have positions in the field throughout the state of Oregon from time to time, either in sales or service technicians that actually service our video lottery machines there.
I see. Well, I know our stations reach into Salem. We have a lot of Salem listeners. And throughout the Mid-Valley, I know there's some good prospects for the Oregon Lottery.
Barb, how long have you worked for the Oregon Lottery?
Actually, it's coming on 15 years in Burr.
Have you enjoyed it?
I love it. Love it.
Was it your first career, or is this a second career path for you?
No, it wasn't my first career. I had worked in private industry for most of my career, and then when I went to public 15 years ago, but previously had worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car for about 8 years prior to that.
How do people apply for the Oregon Lottery?
People can apply for the Oregon Lottery going to our website at www.oregonlottery.org. Everything is online. You can go and find out how to apply and search for our jobs, our benefits, careers.
What are the young people asking you? And I've been over to your booth a couple times, and you've been pretty busy over there. What are they inquiring about?
Well, we've had questions like, how old do you have to be to work here? What kind of jobs does the Oregon Lottery have? You know, what do actually people do there? A lot of times people think that it runs itself. But really, they have to, like I said, we have about 430 employees that work at the Oregon Lottery. So we're there for everyone.
All right. It does good things. Barb, with the Oregon Lottery, thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. And good luck with your job search for prospective employees. Come on down.
All right.
We have Mr. Schwab here from the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Jeremy Schwab.
Jeremy Schwab, yes, from the Marion County Sheriff's Office.
So I was over there talking to your compadre there, and he was saying something very interesting to me that I wasn't aware of. You're going through a baby boomer situation where a lot of the baby boomers are retiring in law enforcement, and you're looking for young people to replace those folks.
That's correct, Dave. Yes, we have currently we have 10 positions open in our enforcement road position. We have 1 position in the jail and 2 in our parole and probation in division. So yes, everyone's jumping on the PERS bandwagon. They want to retire, get out while it's good. It still is very good for people wanting to come in. We do offer different 401ks and deferred comps, things like that.
What kind of people are you looking for to hire at the Sheriff's Office?
For our deputy positions, the only thing we require is that you're 21 years old and good moral character and have a high school or GED diploma.
What about motivation? What are you looking for in a motivation for a good sheriff's deputy?
Anything to set yourself apart from any other candidate. So, things you've done in the past, have you done ride-alongs, have you done tours of the jail, anything, volunteer work, anything that would set you apart from the applicant behind you.
One might think that to be a good law enforcement officer, you have to have kind of an Arnold Schwarzenegger attitude. Is that correct, or is that way off base?
Actually, that's so far from the truth. I mean, we have people that have their doctorate degrees, master's degrees, people that, that are 95 pounds, so all they require is, good moral fitness character, and that's it.
What motivated you to get in law enforcement?
The diversibility with the Sheriff's Office. Also, I wanted somewhere where this career is going to be here forever. Like Marion County, just everything that they offered, and being able to do something good, something that was a role model, somebody could look up to you.
What do you do for the Sheriff's Office?
I've been with the Sheriff's Office for about 5 years now. My current job assignment is I work at our courthouse in downtown Salem. I provide security for 15 court circuit judges.
Do you like it?
Absolutely, I do.
What do you like about it?
I like working with the different judges every day. You never know what you're going to walk into. And, each day is something completely different.
What would you recommend for people who might be interested in what we've talked about and kind of want to test it out, maybe ride along?
That's correct. You can do a ride-along. You can do a tour of the jail. You can go hang out with a parole and probation officer for the day. It's up to you. You can go to our website at gomcso.com, and all the information's there. You can email us from there. Everything is there that you need.
All righty. Thank you very much. And are you getting interest over your booth today? Young people coming over?
Yes, we've had probably about over 100 people already this morning at our booth.
All right, well, good luck. Thank you for talking to us today. I know you're busy.
Thank you.
Brian, we're going to take a break right here. We've got some other people we're going to be talking to, and we'll be right back on Valley Talk in just a moment.
The Osgood File, sponsored in part by Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit AutoOwners.com. This is Charles Osgood. Do you know about the Ozark Hellbenders? Sounds like a raucous country music group, doesn't it? No, but they do stay up all night, and they are in serious trouble. In a moment, Chip Reed and the Ozark Hellbenders. Why turn to a trusted choice agency for your insurance needs? Because a trusted choice insurance agency is an independent advocate that works for your interests, not for any one company. That allows them to find the coverage, the company, and the price to fit your needs. They pledge to treat you as a person, not a policy. When you're looking for a trusted friend in the industry for home, auto, life, or business insurance, turn to Trusted Choice. Visit trustedchoice.com today.
Does your business thrive by serving other businesses? Would you like a healthy, steady flow of B2B leads that are customized to grow sales? Hoovers has developed a best-in-class lead generation tool that makes it easy for you to find targeted leads for your business. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to get the right leads fast. Try it today for free. Get 50 free leads and a 24-hour trial. Just call 800-601-7780. 800-601-7780. 800-601-7780.
Ozark Hellbenders are a threatened species of nocturnal salamanders who live at the bottom of Cold War streams in only one part of the world, the Ozarks. The St. Louis Zoo is hell-bent on saving the Hellbenders from extinction, though, says our CBS News colleague Chip Reed.
For Shawna Shute, it means using unpaid interns to help care for her brood of 4,000 critically endangered hellbenders.
It was a lot of pressure to get it done because I felt like, if I failed in some way that I was going to be responsible for the extinction of this species.
And that is a sort of pressure that all zoos are now feeling.
For more than 100 years, the St. Louis Zoo has been helping people fall in love with animals. But now, with so many of the animals it displays becoming endangered, the zoo is feeling pressure to shift its focus from exhibition to conservation. Jeffrey Bonner is the president of the St. Louis Zoo.
We're, in many respects, the last group of conservation organizations that are really interested in conserving species.
For the zoos, that's a tall order, says Dr. Steve Montfort. He runs the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute in Front Royal, Virginia.
Zoos today have a limited amount of resources in order to tackle the conservation challenges that they face.
To keep up with the pace of extinction, he says, zoos need to invest in facilities that are designed to study animals, not just display them.
The Institute has plenty of space and animals, but doesn't display them at all.
The 3,200-acre facility is closed to the public.
It's not a zoo. As Chip learned from Chef Bonner in St. Louis, our zoos are now going to need our help big time.
For preservation efforts to succeed, Bonner says public support will be critical.
You can't have one without the other.
The Osgood File. Charles Osgood on the CBS Radio Network.
When you look out across the Willamette Valley, you'll see plenty of banking choices. Willamette Community Bank is here to give you an option that's pretty unique, like no other, in fact. Hi, this is Sue Kalina, Relationship Manager. Willamette Community Bank provides an alternative to large national and regional banks by offering customized financial services and local decision-making to benefit local people, local families, and local businesses. How many banks can say that?
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ah, the sound of small business getting busier. Can you tell which one is using AT&T? Truth is, they all are, because businesses of all kinds can find AT&T customizable plans that fit their exact needs. Whether it's broadband, mobility, or nationwide voice, at AT&T, we can help your business get humming.
I need more receipt paper, please.
Call 1-855-877-4288 today and ask about special offers available for new small business packages. AT&T, rethink possible.
2 years ago, the people of BP made a commitment to the Gulf. I'm Fred Lamont, onshore site manager for BP. BP has paid over $23 billion in claims and cleanup costs. Today, the beaches and Gulf are open, and many areas are reporting their best tourism seasons in years. And BP is also committed to America. We support nearly 250,000 jobs and invest more here than anywhere else. We're working to fuel America for generations to come. Our commitment has never been stronger. Join the conversation on Facebook.com/BP America.
Clarity over agreement. Expected from Dennis Prager, weekday mornings at 9 on Smart Talk 1580.
We are here at the 2013 Career Fair live at the Activities Gymnasium at Linn Benton Community College. With me right now is Karen Magnuson, a training specialist, Business and Employer Services here at LBCC. Karen, thank you for talking to us on Valley Talk today.
Right, thanks. It's nice to be here. It's a great event.
So, what do you do at your booth? You have a booth here.
We do have a booth here, and we are promoting our certification programs that we have for students and community members who are wanting to build their professional skills. So, for example, traffic control flagger training is one of our offerings that help people in a day to get a certification that then prepares them to be able to apply for jobs to do that work, and it's really very seasonal, so there's a lot of opportunity. The other one we're working really closely on right now is our wildland firefighter class, which is an entry-level class, 40 hours of training. It's 4 days in class and 1 day up on the hills out in the Starker forests, digging fire lines and laying hose line, and we have good enrollment for that this year, so we're excited.
Now, Charlie Eads was telling us that one of the questions you often get asked is people will come up and say, what's the quickest way to get certified to get any job out there? Do you hear that a lot, or was he just joking?
No, he has actually telling the truth, because people need not only something in the short term that would maybe add to their resume and make them more hireable, but they're also looking for things that support what they're already doing. So we had a guy stop by who said, you know, if I get this forklift training, certification training, then that's what they need when they're hiring people at another company. So that would help me get that job.
What is the biggest mistake people make, or what is the biggest thing they're lacking when they come up and they look for a job or they try to connect with you to get certified? If there was one thing that you could tell people on your top 10 list, boy, if I could tell people this one thing about how to get employed, how to stay employed, how to get certified, what would that be?
Boy, seriously, show up. You know, stick to it and show up, or show up and stick to it, whichever order it is. But that persistence is critical to not only getting a job, but keeping a job. Employers want people that are going to show up every day, whether they feel good or not, and making it happen, getting the work done, being productive. And we hear that time and again from our employers.
They're looking for dependable employees.
And definitely dependable, and who want to grow and build their skills, who ask for opportunities to change and grow.
Half of the job is showing up.
Yeah.
You've heard that saying before.
Yeah, it's sort of like that's life, right, too?
So you've been a training specialist for how long here at LBCC?
I've been here for 17 years at the college and teaching classes for workplace training skills.
So in 17 years, you've had a lot of experience in seeing what's going on in the job field, job market, people coming in. Mm-hmm. The time that we're in right now, how does that compare with years past? Is it more difficult now?
One of the things that's more difficult is that people are hanging on to jobs longer than they might have normally. They might have said, this isn't the right job for me. There are other opportunities out there, so they leave, making that job then available to someone else. And people are holding on to jobs they might not be as suited for or as happy with because they're nervous about making the change in a difficult environment.
What advice would you have for somebody who's in that situation? And I've talked to a couple people here before we went on the air, and actually some people made the jump. Mm-hmm. There was a gal who was a third grade reading tester in elementary school, and she said, you know, there's more to life than just teaching third graders how to read or testing them on their reading skills. And she opted to make the jump and quit that job before she had another job. Now, in the work environment today, that's probably not recommended, is it?
No, that takes a lot of courage, I think. On the other hand, I'd suggest that if somebody really is interested in something new, whether it's to go back to school to get something or just to look for a different job, to do some informational interviews, talk to some employers, talk to some people who do that work, talk to the instructors in those programs, and really find out what it takes to do that job. and what they should do to prepare. I had a guy who was interested in structure fire department work, and I said, knock on the door of any fire department anywhere in our area, and they will talk to you, and they'll tell you what you should be doing to prepare. To be, what kind of classes should you take? Should you volunteer? What is it going to take to get into this field, even though it's a competitive and difficult field to get into?
What advice would you have for young people who might be getting out of high school and getting out of college and entering the labor force? There's a lot of competition out there for jobs. So what would you tell the young people who might be facing stiffer competition than they would have in the past? Any advice?
Yeah, so that's another one of those show up kind of things. I think, dress professionally, figure out how to present yourself in a professional way. Make sure your resume is clean and clear and correct, and be ready to look people in the eye and answer questions and share with them, and just demonstrate to people that you're not willing to start wherever you can start, but that you can move on from there. You're willing to grow.
Karen, anything you'd like to add?
Just come on down to the career fair or check with LB for opportunities, and we're happy to be in the community.
And the LBCC Career Fair will be here in the Activities Gym until 2 this afternoon. Again, it's free of charge.
Yes.
Karen, thank you for talking to us on Valley Talk today.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
And we'll be back here live at the LBCC 2013 Career Fair in just a moment.
Going out to lunch at a nice restaurant can be expensive, and the big portions put you more in the mood for a nap than a productive afternoon. Mama's Fine Italian to the rescue. The small appetite senior menu is just right. Anyone and everyone is invited to order from the Light Appetites menu for lunch from 11 to 4 p.m. with tasty entrees beginning at only $3.95. Why go hungry or go anywhere else for lunch? Eat healthy, eat light at Mama's. Closed Sunday and Monday, so make the most of Tuesday through Friday and join your friends at Mama's for lunch. Dinner only on Saturday. Mama's features charbroiled steaks every day. Make reservations for dinner or pick up a bottle of fine wine. Seating is limited, so please call for reservations. 541-451-5050. That's 451-5050. Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop on West Oak between Main and 2nd in Lebanon, across from the Big Blue Napa Auto Parts Building.
2 stages, 22 shows, 1 sweet weekend. The Oregon Jamboree in Sweet Home, presented by South Pacific Auto Sales, is turning 21. And we're celebrating with Toby Keith, I like girls that drink beer, Luke Bryan, country girls shaking, Wyoko, Kip Moore, Jared Neiman, and so many more. Made in America. August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Get tickets at early bird prices right now. The Oregon Jamboree, presented by South Pacific Auto Sales.
Hi, Rebecca Grizzle from Linco Federal Credit Union here to say how proud we are to sponsor the 2013 Lebanon Chamber Biz Expo, April 16th at the River Center. Last year we had over 1,800 visitors. We want you to join us again this year. It's free. With 140 vendors inside and out, visitors can win prizes valued over $3,000. There's free samples, demonstrations, singing, dancing, artists, face painting. Doors open at 10 a.m. and close at 6. Admission is free. We've got something special this year from 2 to 4. We'll have a free shred truck outside. Bring those confidential papers and you can get rid of them safely. Biz Expo has something interesting for everyone. Animals, entertainment, a chance to find out all about the different services and products offered in Lebanon. Don't miss the Lebanon Chamber Biz Expo, April 16th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the River Center. So mark your calendar to come early and stay late.
From Corvallis to Albany to up and down the Oregon coast. The only Subaru dealer in the Mid-Willamette Valley. John and Phil Subaru in Corvallis. Happy customers are calling them the good guys. From the new compact SUVs to the pet-friendly family wagons and high-performance cars. Outdoor sports like skiing and fishing. One of the safest vehicles in the automotive world. All help make Subaru the world's top-selling four-wheel drive. John and Phil's honest, down-to-earth auto experts will help you find a car at a price you can afford. Buy now at John and Phil's Subaru in Corvallis. A one-of-a-kind dealer.
Want to really know more? Just point, click, and learn from the Mid-Valley's best website, KGAL.com.
This is Valley Talk. We are live at the 2013 Career Fair. Like getting out in the community, find out what's going on. What's going on is people are out looking for work and looking for careers, maybe going into a second career path in life, opening up another chapter in their life. And with me is Brian Holman of KGAL K-Show. We're also talking to a gentleman who is with the HR department of Benton County.
Benton County. We have Steve Burnett with us here at the career fair, and it's only the noon hour right now, just approaching the noon hour, Dave, and we're going to be here till 2 o'clock. The career fair and all those folks here to see you come down and talk about a career. With us is Steve Burnett, Benton County Human Resource. Dave, you got some questions for Steve?
Sure. What kind of people are you looking for?
Well, you know, we're really looking for a wide variety of people right now. We actually do hiring for all of Benton County's various departments, so anything from law enforcement to healthcare, we're looking for you.
Any particular jobs or areas that you're short of workers?
Well, right now we're mainly recruiting for some healthcare positions, mental health and otherwise, some sheriff's reserve deputies, and also a couple of IT positions.
We've heard the mental health, we've talked to another gal that's looking for people in the mental health field as well. Good career path, isn't that? I mean, as far as looking for a career where there's going to be job security?
There's definitely some job security in that, you're right, and we're fortunate enough to be able to offer some entry-level positions. There's really room to grow a career here with that.
What about qualifications for prospective employees? Are you looking for people with high school graduates, college degrees, what?
A lot of our positions that we have open right now do require a bachelor's degree, but we definitely do post some positions that only require a GED or high school diploma, so there's no reason to be discouraged if you're working with limited educational experience.
Do you have a website posting where open jobs are posted?
Absolutely. That's the best way to look for any job with Benton County. It's kind of a long one, so be prepared here, but it's www.co.benton.or.us. That's always going to contain a complete up-to-date listing of our jobs, and jobs will be posted for a minimum of 2 weeks. If you're checking once a week, you can't miss a thing.
What is the biggest mistake people make in applying for a job at Benton County?
I think the biggest mistake people make is not being detailed enough in their experience. You know, providing just a one-word or one-sentence summary of their experience. A lot of times that may get you in the door, but you're going to be dealing with a lot of people who have really gone into some detail, so don't shortchange yourself in terms of your experience.
So as you talk to department supervisors at Benton County, is there a common denominator of some advice that they would like to have you tell prospective job applicants? For example, boy, if there's one thing we could tell people, what is it?
Be sure to be detailed, and be sure to not discount things like volunteer experience and life experience, because a lot of times people neglect to go into detail about that, and it's very important. So.
But once they get hired and they're on the job, what are you looking for? And I know I've worked in positions where a middle management or an upper management guy would come and say, boy, if there's one thing I'd like to tell my employees, it's show up, it's what?
Absolutely. Be dedicated, be dependable, and be adaptable.
All right. Thank you very much. Good luck. If the website one more time.
The website, once again, is www.co.benton.or.us. You'll see the jobs link on the left side of the page.
Well, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you, Steve.
They're going to be here until 2 o'clock this afternoon. There are 74 different booths here from everything from law enforcement to careers in drinking water, careers in wastewater. Select Temp is here. The Oregon Lottery is even here. It's amazing the different kinds of Clackamas County is here. Pacific Natural Foods. U.S. Army is here.
There's a turnout here at the career fair, but it doesn't mean there's too many people that they won't talk to you. So there's lots of opportunity here to talk to the various booths here and entities here. So if you're trying to decide whether you're going to come out here to LBCC or not, be sure and make the decision to come out. It's a lot of fun. You never know what you're going to find.
We'd like to take Valley Talk on the road. If you have something going on you'd like us to be at, send me an email, dave@kgal.com, dave@kgal.com, and we'll consider coming to your event. I'm Dave Adams with Brian Holman. Also, a very big thank you to Ryan Murphy, and Radio Ray is back on the board, manning the board for us. This is KGAL, Valley Talk. I'm Dave Adams, and enjoy Radio Ray and From the Sidelines tomorrow at this time slot.
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.